guys, welcome back to my channel. So today's video is going to be on my 19th birthday hairstyle. If you want to see how I went from this afro to this blue hair, just keep watching. So the first thing I did when I woke up was wash my face. I used my Curology cleansing face wash. So far, I really enjoy using this product. It helps really well with my combination of dry and oily skin. And then next you see me right here, I was using my Proactive face scrub brush, and now I'm just drying my face, and then I'm going to brush my teeth and hop straight in the shower. So the first thing I do when I'm doing my makeup is I take some type of moisturizer. Today I'm going to be using my green tea moisturizer from Proactive, and then I just take this and I put out maybe a dime size amount on my fingers. First I pat it on, and then I take and then rub it in a little bit more, and this kind of just helps to calm my skin and ensure that my makeup goes on as smoothly as possible, because that's what we're looking for. We're not looking for any texture underneath our makeup. And then I just kind of let that sit and soak in for a couple minutes. So the foundation color I use is by MAC. It's called NT50, and I'm just going to take a beauty blender to apply, and then I usually use a brush to, smooth it out or whatever. So I like to use two different types of brushes whenever I'm applying foundation. I'll use a fluffy brush, and then I'll use a brush that's more compressed. So next I'm going to go in with my LA Girl Pro Concealer in the color GC 980, and I like to use this underneath my eyes to brighten up my face a little bit. So I'm just going to take and squeeze the applicator, and then I'm going to apply it right underneath my eyes and maybe I guess a cat whiskers type of shape. It's not really a shape, more lines. And then I like to do some on my forehead. Even though my forehead's really big, I like to, brighten it up a little bit, so I'm not just one, plain color. I do a little bit on my chin. Now I take my beauty blender and I just go in and I dab. I don't rub, I dab right underneath my eyes to blend it out some and pull it all the way out to the side of my face. And I just keep dabbing, because you want it to have a smooth gradient as it moves down your face so that it looks as natural as possible. In my opinion, underneath my eyes look a lot more brighter and I look a lot more awake. And then I just do my chin as well so that the bottom half of my face doesn't, just look, lifeless or whatever. And straight down my nose to accentuate some type of contour. And then I do my forehead as well. And I just keep dabbing till I get those harsh lines out. And then I'll take, and once I get most of the harsh lines out, I'll go in with the brush that I did my foundation with to, continue to blend out those harsh lines and blend in the highlight of my concealer. Then I'm just going to take the powder that's closest to the tone of my concealer, and then I'm just going to use it to set my concealer. So we're going to use this color right here, and once again I'm just using the same brush that I used for my foundation, and then I'm just going to pack that on there. And this is basically to just prevent from you getting those little creases or sweat lines, because that's not cute in a picture when you've done your makeup and it looks all nice and stuff, and then you look back and you look greasy, or you look and we'll also do the forehead because I make a lot of faces and I don't want frown lines. So yeah, so then we just take it and we're gonna let that sit for a couple of seconds, and while we're letting that sit, I'm going to go ahead and do my eyebrows off camera. No. So now I'm just gonna apply some of this eye primer on both of my lids because I plan on putting some shadow on today. I'm going to be using some warm orange and brown tones for a natural look and to give my eyes a little bit more depth. So I chose to use the orange shadows closer to the corner in the crease of my eye, whereas the brown shadow I use closer to the outer edge of my eye. To finish off my eyeshadow, I just took some highlighter and put it underneath my brow bones on both sides, and then I also took it and put some in the corners of my eyes, and then finally I used a little bit to accentuate my cheekbones. So the hair I'll be using is by ISEE Hair. It is in the texture straight, the color 613, and is 20 inches. And when it came, it was pretty yellow, so I had to use some shimmer lights, and that's what you see me doing here. I'm filling my sink with hot water and mixing the shimmer light shampoo in, and then all I'm doing is just dipping the hair so that it takes out the yellow undertones. So the method I'm using to dye this unit is watercoloring. The dye is by Adore and it is in the color powder blue. I ended up using the entire 4-ounce bottle and filled my sink to about a third of the way full. Also be sure that your dye water is fresh hot water, because if you use the Shimmer Lights toning mixture, I'm not sure your unit will come out with a similar pigmentation. In addition, unless your sink is stainless steel, use a plastic container because it will stain. I also suggest using discretion when adding dye along with how long you let it sit, because adding more dye or letting the hair sit for longer periods will result in a more pigmented unit. I chose to let mine sit for about 10 minutes because I wanted a more pastel finish, but I kind of babysat it, moving it around in the mixture to ensure that the layers of hair just below the surface were dyed as well. Something I really liked about this unit was the variation in the 613 toning. So by the time the hair took the dye, you could see purple undertones and blue highlights, which in my opinion gave it a professional finish, because it looked like I kind of used some type of intricate technique during the application. Also, the hair came out the package very soft and maintained this texture even after dyeing. This overall was just a really cool unit. It also came pre-plucked, giving it a natural hairline, and the blow drying process was very smooth. There were no tangles, there was very minimal shedding. It was just a really nice process overall. For the foundation of my unit, I used the ball cap method. To secure my wig cap, I used both Got2b glue gel in the black tube and their freeze spray. To lay down my lace, I also used Ghost Bond in the active formula. So for this installation process, I chose to lay down in sections just to make sure that I knew that I would have control of where my lace would be laying down at specifically on my head. So I laid down the middle first, and then I moved down towards the sides, and then finally I laid down my ear tabs. So for the lace glue that I'm using, I chose to use 2 layers of it and wait till most of it turned a clear color before adhering my lace to the glue. So now I'm just going to lay down the other side, and after that side is laid down, I know I look a little crazy, but it's fine. We're going to take my hot comb and we're going to lay down those flyaways and just give the hair some direction, kind of tame it and train the hair to go in the direction that I want it to. You can see what I mean by training the hair using the hot comb, because now it's starting to fall naturally behind my ear. And then I'm just going to define my part, and I'm going to do it on the other side. So I tied this down, and I'm gonna let my lace dry, and that's pretty much it. And I'm gonna come back to you guys with the final look.
Yeah, get into it.